Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. I'm going to talk about a retro-style platformer game on the Nintendo Switch. This is called Dininho Adventures. Yeah, weird name, Dininho Adventures. So it has like a retro-style, like 8-bit neo-retro type of graphic scheme. You play as a purple dinosaur, and we're not talking Barney, but it's Dininho, and they're saying it is the most heroic adventure of his life. Says only someone very evil could have the coldness to steal the eggs of a helpless dinosaur mom, and Dininho cannot leave it at that. So basically, you're rescuing the dinosaur eggs that got stolen. Yeah, basic little classic platform adventure. It has your standard obstacles, pitfalls, lava, spikes, moving platforms, things like that. If you played a Super Mario game, then you'll be fine hopping right into Dininho. It's a 2-button scheme. One you hold down to run, and he kind of runs really slow actually. It's almost kind of weird. And you're able to jump. There's no double jump, anything like that. And the game is actually really rather short. The main campaign has 4 different worlds with probably about 10 stages each. So about 40 levels. Some of them are pretty short, actually. And the level design does pick up, I'll say that. Especially like in some of the later stages, especially like in the cave area. Or later on, you'll run into like some underwater sections and stuff like that. I do like the way the graphical style looked in this game. The animation, everything about it. And if you are good and you do beat the game within certain requirements, you are able to unlock a special secret world that's unlockable. They have leaderboards on here, actually. You're able to see the ranking of your times for against your friends. So if you have a friend that's playing against this and you see world times for each stage, whatever, you're able to compete in that. So that's like a nice little feature considering this is a pretty basic little game. There's also even an in-game timer in case you want to like be a speedrunner and stuff like that. So they cater to the speedrunning crowd. This is only a 1-player game, so there's no 2-player couch co-op or taking turns or anything like that. Currently in the eShop, it is 99 cents on sale. It's regularly $1.99. So there's no real loss here should you decide to want to check this game out. You know, you're not going to break the bank spending $1.99 on a game. But with that caveat, you can't go into this expecting it to be something like a Super Mario Bros. 3. Of course, nothing's going to be that polished. But I will say, in regards to a platformer game, because you see a lot of these once in a while, these lower budget indie titles get thrown out there onto the Switch eShop. This one ain't that bad. This one's not bad at all. It doesn't feel like a mobile game, which is good. That's box number 1 checked. It doesn't feel too cheap. It has some really good looking sprite work. If you look at the characters, if you look at some of the enemies, especially the main character, he looks really nice. He has some decent animations and stuff. The boss fights are actually pretty well done as well. And then on top of that, the level design. You got moving platforms. You got platforms that float. You can use your tail to put a breeze on some of these that spin like little propellers. There's floating segments where you're in bubbles. They did a lot of variety in this. There's a lot of different gameplay mechanics here at work for a game that is only $1.99. So that's actually pretty impressive because a lot of times you'll see like cheap Mega Man or Contra clones or horrible Flash versions of like Mario knockoffs and stuff, and you don't get a lot of variety in a lot of the level design in some of these games, and this one actually did a pretty decent job with that level design, so I gotta commend them for that. For as low price as this game is, I think there's a fair amount of variety, a fair amount of challenge, and just right amount of levels. I mean, 40 levels for a game that's $1.99 and it's currently on sale. Why not check it out? If you're a fan of retro games, if you grew up playing classic platformers, I think you might be able to sink the teeth a little bit into Dininho Adventures. I think the only thing I can really complain about it is the name. I really didn't see too much wrong with the game at all. I felt that it controlled all right. Sure, a lot of the deaths were cheap because of the stage hazards and stuff like that. The enemy placement. Me sucking at video games. But again, honestly, it felt like a great game to pick up and play and to entertain myself with. Didn't break the bank at all. It was a classic platformer. It felt like something I would play on the NES, actually. It felt pretty authentic. The control was spot on. The music in the game was not too bad either. It had a cute little charm to it. And most importantly, the graphics I thought looked great. Didn't look cheap. Didn't look like they used, you know, generic assets. You know, a lot of these times, even like some of the 3D model type of video games have like a real cheap feel to them. This one actually seems like it was a pretty legit little indie game. And the developers did a pretty decent job. This was published by Cubite Interactive, and I'm sure maybe only like a group of like 1 or 2 people actually developed this game. So that's actually pretty impressive, whether you look at it or not. And I like to showcase these smaller titles quite often, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these, let's be real, once the first initial week of launch comes out, these get lost in the shuffle because there's just so many games coming out in the eShop that, you know, once you get on the recent releases page and the week happens and you get pushed down to the bottom, people aren't scrolling down and seeing some of these games. So oftentimes developers like this put these games on sale. Like right now, this is coming out for 99¢, so it could get some, you know, traction on it and stuff. And who knows, I do think this game was worth checking out. Again, 99¢ain't gonna break the bank. If it does well, people like it enough, maybe we could see a sequel with a lot better mechanics and stuff inside of it. I had fun with it, in other words, with what it was. It wasn't too bad. It was an okay platformer. I've played a lot worse on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Didn't feel like shovelware, so that's where I stand with it. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all for checking this review out. Thanks a lot. I want to know what you guys think about this game. Does this look like something that you can go ahead, sink the teeth into? Maybe you want to give it a little shot, or is this something that you're just going to pass on because you have absolutely no interest in playing a purple dinosaur because you already played with one enough when you were a little kid and you were watching Barney? Anyways, guys, subscribe if you're brand new. I upload content every day. Don't forget to leave a like or dislike. Throw some engagement, help get it out there to the algorithm. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot for watching, as always. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.